half of March. I apologize for any background noise in advance because my dog was crying and I had to let him in, and he's loud. He breathes heavy and he smacks a lot. It is what it is. I hope these messages find everyone in good health and good wealth and good spirits. I hope everyone is holding their head up. We'll be reading from 3 decks, all right, 3 different rows. First and foremost, I want to say, Libra, your intuition is really kicking right now, all right? Your dreams are probably amped up. Your connection is amped up. Connection to spirit. Your moral compass is back in effect for some of you, and it's not going to change the past. I'm just going to let you know. You messed up where you messed up. You allowed people to mess up where they messed up. Here's where you go forward, okay? Here's where you become aware and you learn your lessons and you go forward. You can't undo what's been done, but you do have a choice to learn from it and not make the same mistakes, okay? That's coming through for you very strong. If you don't like to see the shuffle, you can go ahead and fast forward. We're not going to take these. We are going to acknowledge them. The King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, okay? Understanding the drama that you've caused or understanding the drama that you have allowed to play out in your life. It could be either one, okay? Wow. You show up at the center focal point in the spiritual advice of your own reading. I'm hearing lessons learned. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'll say that. If this reading is resonating with you already, don't be hard on yourself. Just try to go forward, okay? Get the experience, learn from it, and try to go forward. It's not going to do anything to dwell in that space, all right? It's one thing to feel what you feel, to be ashamed or to feel angry or even to be liberated, and you go forward, okay? Two more shuffles here. I'm leaving it there. One more deck. All right. So at the center focal point, you've got the 6 of Cups, all right, with the challenge of the 2 of Swords. You're going to have to make some choices, Libra. You're at a crossroads. I do believe this is self with self. You cannot go backwards. You cannot dwell there. You cannot live in the past. What's done is done. Okay, I said that at the beginning. It stands true now. It's at your center focal point. And you're being asked to come through strong with your spiritual advice, with the justice and the truth and the balance there. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to be true to yourself. No matter what's happened, you're going to have to cut it loose. You're going to have to stop procrastinating. You're going to have to stop living in the past. Okay, this is huge for you. This is so big. Okay, over here in your well-being, physical, mental, and health, you're looking at the Knight of Swords in the reverse position with the challenge of the Joker, which is the Fool, okay? So I feel like you don't really say what you want to say. Some of you may feel like it goes without saying, or it should go without saying, or it should just be understood. No, closed mouths don't get fed. That's that. Some of you are learning how to bite your tongue. Some of you are learning how to not say things that you can't take back. Sometimes it's too little too late. Again, don't beat yourself up. Lesson learned. Whether this is you that did it or you that accepted it being done to you, doesn't matter. You're here. Don't dwell. Learn your lesson and move on. Okay? You have the challenge of starting over. Okay? You can't keep rehashing that. You can't keep beating the dead horse. I mean, you can. You definitely can, but you shouldn't, and you shouldn't want to. All right? Seven of Swords and loss coming in as your spiritual advice. Dude, take your L. Take your L and move on. That's what it is. All right? In love, family relationships, romantic friendships or otherwise, you've got the Four of Pentacles there as the center point. You know, this could be you that was trying to be too controlling. It could be someone that you were allowing to control you. It doesn't really matter at this point. You're going to have to let it go. It's not real. The security's been ripped out from under you. And that was probably for the best, even though it's probably super uncomfortable. Okay, the challenge there is the Six of Hearts and the Nine of Wands. The challenge is for you to learn these lessons. Heal from these wounds. You get the Six of Cups here twice. Stop going back. The challenge is you keep wanting to go back to those old wounds and rip them open. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's more comfortable for you there. You know, sometimes we get accustomed to feeling pain just to feel anything. And a lot of times in childhood, we learn how to deal with things in very unhealthy ways and even accept very unhealthy lifestyles. This is no good. It's just no good. And right now, Spirit is advising you to be victorious in your lessons, to be victorious in your life. Be very clear. Be very focused on what this is. Recognize your experience. Recognize what's causing it. Recognize that you need to heal. And you're in control of that healing. You're in control. If you allow yourself to keep going back and ripping open those wounds, or you allow someone else to keep coming back and ripping open those wounds, family, friend, or romantic partner, it doesn't matter. Relationships are relationships when you get down to it. And you have a question of loyalty over here. So, take it and make it the best that it can be for you. Okay, if it's already going to be a crazy bad experience, at least learn something from it so you don't have to do it again. All right. Over here in your work area, you've got the Star with the challenge of the Four of Hearts. Okay. For whatever reason, it looks like you're bored with what you're doing. Maybe you're the star of the show. Maybe you want to be a star. Okay. Maybe you had hope in an area that you're getting bored in. And this came through for somebody else. I wish I could remember. I want to say, no, it wasn't Taurus. I don't remember. But it was like almost like going through all this effort to do something, whether it was getting a degree or getting training or, you know, being right at the end of obtaining, you know, your bachelor's or something like that, and then changing your mind, realizing that it's not meant for you, you're bored of it, you don't want to do it. It's okay. You know, it's okay. It's not wasted time. Spirit is asking you to understand what is loyal to you and to be loyal to yourself. You're not going to be loyal to yourself. I'm going to tell you this. If you don't know how to be loyal to anybody else, you definitely can't be loyal to yourself, and vice versa. If you can't be loyal to yourself, you will never be loyal to anyone else. That means a lot of honesty. Okay? Libra, you've been missing out on opportunity mainly because you are holding yourself back. Yes, there are other people involved, but ultimately, whenever you allow it, you're the one in charge of that. Okay, you're the one essentially in control of your life, and so you're the one that's allowing that. Be careful, because the Four of Hearts always comes, or the Four of Cups, whatever, always comes with a danger of some form of substance abuse. All right, what is substance? Anything can be substance. You can work out too much. You can eat too much. You can do too many drugs. You can drink too much. You can talk on the phone too much. You can be on the internet too much. I mean, anything in excess is bad. And this card always comes with the real danger of that, especially when you're bored and complacent and not really doing anything productive with your time. What do they say, right? Idle hands. So be careful of that when it comes to your work. If you feel that there's a need to switch, just do it. It's not going to always be easy, especially if you've had such a change of heart on something you were working on so hard. But it does look like that's something that you do need to have a very honest conversation with yourself about where your loyalty lies. And are you really being loyal to yourself? And do you have loyal people around you? Okay, especially because it's pertaining to work. You need to look at, Spirit is advising you to look at loyalty in all aspects and regards. So if you are looking at business partners or signing any contracts, you need to see like where the company's loyalty lies, where your business partner loyalty lies. Okay, do some background checks. All right, do some homework, do some legwork. Over here in the finances situation, you've got the center point with the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you do want to be independent. The challenge is the Four of Swords. Are you really putting enough effort towards that? Okay, that Four of Spades there. Spirit is asking you to look at the area of love. Look, is your cup being filled? Are you being honest? Filled. Maybe it is being filled and it needs to be filled. Play on words there. Yeah? Spirit's asking you, is your cup being filled by what you're doing? Okay? Are you filling your own cup? Are you truly independent? Because I can see that you want to be, okay? But it doesn't look like you're putting a lot of effort towards it. It may be a lot of effort to some people, but you know you have more in you. Does that make more sense? You know you could go further. You know you could do more. You got the Eight of Diamonds over here, which is the Eight of Pentacles, that fell on the floor, right? And that's the card of starting new things, new degrees, finishing what you start, practicing, doing, staying busy, accomplishments. It's the card of apprenticeship. It's the card of going forward and study. It's the card of moving up. Okay, by a state of doing, right? We're not in the mindset. We're actually doing something. We're working hard on something. It fell on the floor. So I do feel like there's more areas there's more energy that you could give right now than what you are giving. And I do feel like there's some other things playing a part in here as to why you feel like maybe you're not motivated to do certain things. You haven't been honest with yourself. You haven't been honest with others. You've allowed people to not be honest with you. Again, it is what it is. Don't let it hold you back. Just recognize it. Take the reins. Learn your lessons and move on. If you feel like you need to be doing something different, do that. Make sure that you're being honest and loyal to yourself. Make sure that you're being truthful. Make sure that your balance is restored here. This is some beautiful advice up here. I love this. This is like, take your L to be victorious, restore your balance, know that you're loyal to yourself, and you're doing what you love. That's what Spirit's telling you to do. It's pretty simple to say. It's actually pretty simple to do, but sometimes we get so stuck in spaces that just seem so horribly wretched. But you just got to climb out. Especially some of these cards down here, there is a danger of depression and falling back. It almost, Libra, almost it looks like each time you fall back, it's worse than before. And it feels very much like, because you worked so hard and what do they say, minor setbacks for major comebacks, or some, I don't know what they say. When you fall and you get up, it's great. But then you fall again, and it's almost like you feel twice as defeated as you did the first time you fell, because you fell again. That's what I'm getting for you. That's the energy that this reading is putting off to me, and it doesn't have to be that way. Every day is a new day. Every minute is a new minute, and Spirit's got your back. And I can see clearly that your intuition, I could see that in the beginning of the, before we pulled any cards, that your intuition is there. I do feel like you're recognizing a lot of things about yourself, and a lot of things about the people that you've allowed in your life, and a lot of things about the behavior that you have allowed yourself to be a part of in any facet. And those can be some very hard realizations. It's one of the hardest things that you can do and that you will do is to take a very good, honest look at yourself in the mirror. But the thing is, Libra, you're doing it. You're doing it. So there's something to be said for that. All right. That is what I have for you. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time.